Chrissy comes over, she says I should redo it again, and I said, oh, look, I don't have time. It is what it is.
Okay, Scotty, you want to save this, you make a bang of a mousse, you make a bang of a crème, and then make sure that you have a really shiny fondant. You're halfway there.
Thank you. Ideally, I should make another batch of choux pastry, but that will put me way too far behind Jamie and Stephen. I've only just caught up to the boys, and yeah, it's a risk, my choux pastry not being perfect, but it's a risk I have to take today to catch up with these lads. Next, I move on to my mango mousse.
I made sure to wait until the mixture was cool to add the eggs in, and now the third batch is looking much better. Thank God. It's the right consistency. Put that in the piping bag, get it on the tray.
Beautiful, Jamie. They look so good.
That looks way better.
Get it in the oven. At this stage, I need to get onto the other steps because I'm so far behind. And I'm getting back onto the mousse that I started about an hour ago. Luckily, everything's already measured out, so it's quite a quick process. I'm just trying to work as quickly as possible to make sure that I've got a better chance of staying.
With the final 30 minutes, it's all about the wax and the polish, the final little flurry. Come on, guys, 30 minutes to go. Come on!
My shiso cream looks great. I pop them in the mould and then I put them in the fridge to set. Then I'm going to start tempering some white chocolate. My tempered chocolate is nice and smooth. Everything seems to be going perfectly right now. So I'm going to put that in the fridge and then start working on my liquid fondant. Once that's done, I can put it on top of the choux pastry. I'm still going to be pushing it to get all these elements up in time, but I feel like I'm in control.
Next.
All right, next we're up to the crème.
My mango mousse is in the fridge ready to go. I'm going to have to multitask a whole lot of these elements to make sure I catch up to Stephen. I quickly strain the shiso cream, add the gelatin and wait for it to thicken on the stove, and I just wing it with the fondant. I don't have time to temper the chocolate properly, so I'm going to melt it, put it onto the transfer sheet and then throw it in the freezer and hope that the fact that it's there gets me a little bit extra points even though that it's not done properly.
We told you this is the toughest pastry challenge you've ever set. Now you know why. 15 minutes to go.
I've just finished my mango mousse and I'm several steps behind the boys. I'm beginning to lose focus and freak out. I know I'm not going to get all these elements on the plate today, so I need to cut my losses, figure out which ones I can nail and put them on the plate. I'm going to drop the tempered chocolate. I'm really not sure how to do that anyway. Forget the fondant. I'm just going to focus on the shiso cream to complete the other half of my shiso mango balls.
My liquid fondant is ready to go. I take the choux out of the oven and it's beautiful. I pipe my mango mixture into the choux and I finish it off with liquid fondant on top. Sorbet's done. Now I've just got to wait for the coconut spheres to bloom. Then I can start plating out my dish. I'm feeling great. All my elements almost up and I'm really happy with my dish.
With 10 minutes to go, it's decision time. What do you put on, what do you leave off the plate? Come on, let's go.
My shiso cream's looking great. Fondant's also ready.
Hey.
I've just taken my third batch of choux out and it looks nice and light, which is what you want. I grab my mango mousse and pipe it into the profiteroles, and I grab my leftover shiso cream and pipe it in as well.
I'm starting to get a bit concerned for Jamie because looking at the recipe, you're only meant to pipe in mango mousse to the bottom choux pastry, but he's piping in the shiso cream as well. It's too late to fix now. He still has so much to do if he wants to finish this dish in time.
Have you finished with your shiso cream, Scotty?
Nah, it's split. I can't even pipe it. My shiso cream is split and there's no way I have time to start again. I'm only going to have the mango half of the shiso mango balls to put on the finished dish. Right, that's it. I'm already missing out so many elements on this dish. I really need to focus on the elements that I've done well and plate them up to the best of my abilities. Put my sorbet in the blast chiller. I fill my choux pastry with my mango mousse. I just have to pull everything together and replicate Christy's dish in the best way possible. Better than putting nothing on the plate. I've already done that once this season, so I'm not doing that again.
If it tastes good, Scott, that's all that matters.
Wow, 10 different recipes, 5 minutes to go. Come on.
I've got all my components and I've got them in front of me. Next, I need to plate up.
That's it, Steve.
Oh, look at that.
I'm worried about balancing. The choux pastries aren't completely round, you know, so if this falls over, it's gonna fall off the plate onto the floor.
I start plating up my components. I can see that Stephen's got all the same elements as me, but his are looking pretty good. For better or worse, I've got to get mine on the plate.
Get them on. Come on, Jamie, put on the plate.
Come on, Jamie, get it on.
Looking good, Scotty.
30 seconds to go.
Come on, James. Come on.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Time's up. Well done.
Yeah, I'm missing a few elements on the dish, but it looks good, it tastes good. Hopefully they like it too.
I thought at the start of this cook that I was only gonna get up half the dish. So for me to do 10 plus elements, you know, it's crazy.
It doesn't look perfect, but I do have all the elements on the plate.
James.
I was pretty sure I cooked the last time in this MasterChef kitchen, but Jamie's dish is actually toppled over and he's actually missing a couple elements. I feel bad for the bloke, but I can't help but think that this is going to enhance my chance of staying in the competition.
Well, Christy, I think you really set them to task. That was tough going.
At the end of that cook, who do you think's in trouble? Are any of them safe?
I can't really say for sure.
A lot of elements, a lot of things on the plate.
Exactly.
I think the only way to find out is get them in and taste their dishes.
Yeah.
It definitely feels good to put this up in front of the judges. I showed why I wasn't ready to go home.
All right, Stephen. Now it's up to us to taste. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
Good
crossed.
luck, mate.
Thank you
well
very much.
done.
Just before you chop it all up, I actually just want to say that I'm really pleased that he got all the elements on the plate.
I have to say, actually, I'm pretty impressed.
Even the chocolate seems like it's tempered really well.
But the elements that are standouts for me are the calamansi sorbet. Really good, great acidity. And the little choux buns themselves, even though you really struggle with those, have actually got a good consistency, a good texture. The other thing that stands out for me too is that mango and that shisho cremo. Really good, strong flavours.
I think he's done an exceptional job. That's delicious.
I have to agree with you. I actually am really pleased with the flavour that he puts up with. He put up a pretty good dish.
All in all, I think a really well-balanced dish and some great flavours.
As I walk the dish to the judges, I've given it a crack and I hope that I've at least put up a couple decent elements on the dish, otherwise I'll be pretty disappointed.
Scott, what happened?
Just lost the plot. Just I've never done that much reading in my life.
Let's plate up. Thank you, Scott. We'll taste.
Thank you.
Right, let's taste. How good's that? Sorbet.
The stand, like it utterly stand out. The coconut foam in sorbet is really delicious, smooth. The foam is light, full of flavour, but the choux buns are awful.
They're like little bread rolls, soft bread rolls.
Yeah, they're all doughy in the middle.
It's really hard for me, man. The comments are based really good.
Well, if it was between two, then we know what the answer is. But it's not between two.
It's not.
It's between three.
What has just happened to the last 2 hours? It's rubbish. My plate didn't look fantastic, but at least I had all the elements on there. Now I don't even have that.
So what happened today? Because an hour in, I was talking to the guys, you were streets ahead. You were kind of looking in the rearview mirror and there were little specks of Stephen and Scott behind you. And then it all started to unravel. What happened?
The shoe. Made a second batch, also didn't go as planned. It was a little bit runny again. Made a third batch, looked better. It was the start of a pretty dish and I ran out of time. And then it toppled along with my little bit of confidence that I had left.
We've looked at what happened at the end of that cook, and the rules we play by, whatever's on the plate at the end of time, when we say time, we get to judge.
Yeah.
Now, the second half of that profiterole and that sphere had not fallen off, and your hands are clear of the dessert, and so we'll taste it off the dessert.
Like, what? Can't believe it. To the point where I hadn't even let myself think that I could still be in the competition, because I didn't want that extra disappointment. Thank you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. OK, Jamie.
Thank you.
That's good.
What's he done there, though? He's filled one half of the bottom of the shoe bun
With shiso.
with the shiso and the other half with the mango. Is that what he's done?
And with yours, how was it?
It was mango.
Both of them.
Just mango.
Right, let's taste.
I have to say that the skin is actually really good. It's really crunchy, and I got a little bit taste of saltiness in it as well, which is a good balance.
How do you feel about the fact that he's put a shiso cream in the bottom shoe bun, as opposed to a mango, as he should have done for your recipe?
If I do not look at the original dessert, my dessert, this is perfect. I get 2 flavors in one.
Sure.
Yeah, but because we're supposed to come in terms of sphere, he sort of substituted this way.
Yeah. The whole thing about a pressure test is recreating a recipe based on something you've seen and tasted, and based on the instructions you're given in the recipe. And on that basis, there are a lot of things that are different from what Jamie's done to what was on Christy's.
I'd say it's fairly easy to say that Stephen's come out on the top of the pile today. I think he did a great job. So this is about 2 people. This is about Jamie, and it's about Scott, because both have made mistakes, both have got successful elements on the plate.
Let's have a chat to him and let him know the situation.